What is up, everybody? It is Wednesday, blind sample showdown day, and this is a big one. We have two powerhouses in the whiskey world. We have both of them are independent bottlers, which is a big deal. Independent bottlers are very important to the whiskey world, and they both do very different things, doing very similar things. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring them both on. We have from Single Cask Nation, Joshua Hatton, and from Lost Lantern, Adam.
Hey there.
Howdy, gentlemen.
How's it going, man?
Glad to be here.
It is going well. How are you guys?
Doing all right. A little nervous, not gonna lie, going up against Adam.
It's all about the fun. It's all about the fun.
That's how I feel.
And I'll let you plug your shameless plug your companies, because I think, Joshua, you guys just released something really cool in the last 2 days, right? 2 or 3 days?
2 days, yeah. Our final online release of the year, a 25-year-old Lafroig. Yeah, all 25 years. It's a magical beast. I
can imagine. Travis, that one might be for you, that 25-year-old Lafroig. That's an inside joke. Travis does not like Lafroig. Loves peated whiskey, hates Lafroig.
Joshua, how many samples do I have to send you to get a sample of that in exchange?
One. Okay. Share and share alike.
All right.
Sharing is caring.
Perfect. Well, I sent you 3 samples. Does that count?
Yeah. I'll send you some good stuff. No, that's a good point. I need to send you stuff, Jerm.
Nah.
You sent me 3. I need to get you sorted.
Joshua, I have heard many times over that I really need to jump on Single Cask Nation and just, go for it. And I've looked, I don't know how many times I've been on the site, and I've looked, and there's always something on there that's really exciting to me. It's like, man, that looks really cool. And I just never pulled the trigger for no other didn't. It has nothing to do with it's not interesting or price or anything. It's just like, I just didn't do it. And I got to change that. I've looked really hard the last couple days, and I've found a couple on there that I'm like, yeah, I really kind of want those. Okay. So
all right,
we're gonna go for it. I think one of these days here coming up.
Whatever you decide to do, I appreciate it. I'll send you some treats, and then you can make a decision after that. How's that?
That sounds even better.
There you go.
All right, and Adam, you guys are in the midst of a good release, the Scotch Lovers Collection.
Yeah. So Scotch Lovers Collection, which is of course not Scotch. Instead, it is American single malts and a couple blended malts that we think speak to Scotch lovers. So we have some single casks from 888 Distillery on Nantucket, made in a very traditional style, and some of the oldest whiskeys we've ever released. We have the first ever 10-year-old from McCarthy's in Oregon, a 4-year-old single malt from a place in Idaho called Warfield that is not very widely known, which I'm super excited about. And probably best of all, the second edition of our American Battered Malt, our flagship blend, now with a blend of 11 single malt distilleries from all around the country. So that's rolling out right now, and big release and great response to it so far from the people who have gotten it in their hands and didn't get hit by the delays.
Excuse me. One question I did have, and it is pertaining to your blend.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I always get it wrong, so I got to refer to my notes. The reissue. So the one you were taught is the remix. That's the 11 distilleries, right? Yes. Okay. So the reissue, is this the exact same thing as the very first vatted malt? Like, it's not different, and it's the same, basically the same whiskey.
It is the same whiskey. It is not a recreation of that blend. It is that blend. It is the last little bit of that liquid, basically put out in the new package so it matches the new one. And for people who discovered a more recent edition with 5 more distilleries.
Okay. And reading through the sheet on it, it seemed that way, but then it was not 100% clear. And I'm like, did they go back to these same distilleries and just get new stuff and this is a new version, or is it the same one? So I wanted to clear that up because that was something that that I didn't have the exact answer to. So all right, well, why don't you guys go ahead and open those? I forgot to tell you that a little earlier. So you can open up all three and get them all in your glasses.
All right.
Don't lose track of which one is which.
He says that casually, but that's a real danger. So
If it happens, I cannot help you.
You're very lucky I can count to 3. If we went beyond that, we'd be
in trouble. All right.
oh, Mr. Big Shot can count to 3 over here.
I don't mean to brag, but here we are.
And Joshua, I love the room. I mean, obviously there's whiskey and then there's guitars, and there looks to be like some pretty nice guitars back there.
Yep. My bass guitars. Yeah. Yep.
And are you in a band or do you just play casually for fun?
No. I'm in a band. I'm a pretty serious bassist, and we just we recorded an album a year and a half ago, and it's taken us a long time, but we're about to have an album pressed, and we're just waiting for that to happen. So like an actual LP, 12-inch LP.
Vinyl.
13 songs on it, and in the time that it's taken us from recording to actually getting it pressed, we've written an entirely new album.
Excellent.
And we're going to be recording that album at the early part of next year.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, love it.
Obviously, the question is going to come up. What is the name of the band?
We are called Kimono Dragon, like kimono, like a kimono.
Yeah.
And dragon, like a drag queen. And we're a prog punk band.
Okay.
So if you took Frank Zappa and mashed him up with the Dead Kennedys and Iggy Pop and Talking Heads, Heart, and weirdness, then you might have something close to what we do.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. While you guys are getting into sample number one, there is somebody in chat that I think that your description of your band just perked their ears straight up in the air. But I'm going to go through a little bit of roll call, and you guys go ahead and start sniffing and tasting sample number one.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. We got Smoked by Ash Joe's here saying, let's go. Whiskey Punkard with his words of wisdom for this week. It is until a mosquito lands on your testicles when you learn that violence does not solve every problem. That is very astute observation, Dan. Thank you for that. We got Patty's here. We got John Koshak in the house. Corey is here. He joins the wrong chat every time. Yes, I'm going to cut this out right off the bat. There is 2 streams, one vertical, one horizontal. Most of the chat is in, or all of the chat is in the horizontal. So if nobody is chatting on the stream you're watching, back out of it and find the horizontal one, and you will find the chat. We got a spicy strawberry in the house. Jason Coates is here. How you doing, Jason? We got a Ryan Deek. Caesar is here. Travis is here. Thank you guys for coming in. And Joe asked, what is Germ drinking? This is still my warm-up pour that I did not get a chance to finish before the stream actually started. So I was being a little funny. I decided to pour an independent bottler. That wasn't either one of these two. I am actually drinking the Raising Glasses Bloom, which is a PX matured Westland at 8 years old.
Nice. Yeah, those guys are just north of me. They're out of Massachusetts.
I think they focus a little bit more on rum, but I know they've had some really good whiskey releases.
Yep. Wow, these are all very interesting.
I forgot that this is extremely hard. Yeah. May
This
I be
is extremely
excused?
hard.
Yeah, these are
This is I'm going to highlight this comment because I think this has been an issue. This is an issue in the whiskey world for a lot of smaller places. And the correction of it is something that I don't know. I don't know where to even start with that.
yeah.
Obviously, it's business decisions that have to be made, and you try to pick the best one for your business.
Well,
And unfortunately, not everything is covered.
we
that
ship
you
to
would like.
46 states, or our retailer ships to 46 states. So he sounds like he's in one of 4 unfortunate states. I don't know, Travis, if you're listening, and it sounds like you are, just let us know what state you're in. We recently switched retailers like in November. So there is a chance that you may be in a state that we do now ship to, or you remain in a state that we still don't ship to. But yeah, let's see where you live, and I'll cross fingers for you.
I know some states are rough on getting shipments into.
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough that my state, they don't restrict shipments in. Now, our state cannot ship out, which is kind of seems odd, but at least everything can come in for the most part. So
Iowa.
Yeah.
You live in Iowa, or Travis is in Iowa?
Travis is in Iowa.
I don't think Iowa's a problem. I'll have to double check.
Our retailer ships to parts of Iowa and not other parts of Iowa, and it varies by zip code, and that is not annoying at all for anyone.
Now that's crazy.
I think Iowa is actually okay for us now.
I think you're right, Dan. If Wisconsin denied booze shipments, yes, the economy would crumble. Right. Or we would just damn the man and make our own. Okay, so Travis is saying it was a little while back that he tried. So maybe now, since they changed shippers, try again. See if it changes, Travis.
I'm near positive that we ship to Iowa now. Near positive. Or at least some parts of Iowa, and maybe some parts not, depending on the zip code. We might be in the same boat as Adam, but I think Iowa's okay for us.
All right. Anyways, normally people, I like to drink something that has something to do with my guests on. And since I did not actually have a bottle of Single Cask Nation, I opted for enjoying something that was from a distillery that both companies have worked with before. And they both have something from these distilleries on their website currently to purchase. So they are not their independent bottler company, but the first one is Cedar Ridge. And this is a peated malt finished in a ex-peated cask. And it is, when this came out, I was so thrilled because I had been asking for nothing but peated malt from Cedar Ridge for so long.
Yeah.
And it finally happened, and I was so excited, and it met every expectation I wanted it to.
I love their peated malt. Cedar Ridge was a newer one to us. I was in Chicago with some friends, and there was guys that had just done a barrel pick, and it was unpeated malt in a Merlot cask.
Okay.
And I was like, Merlot, I just don't know that is going to work. And they're like, you've got to try that, right? Convince me, twist my arm. And they needed to twist my arm because Merlot just doesn't sound right. But it was awesome. And it was literally my first introduction to Cedar Ridge, despite having, heard of them, heard about them, heard all of, people, shouting from the rooftops about them, but I thought it was awesome. And the way the Merlot worked, it didn't taste like a wine ski. It didn't have that like dirty sock nonsense that sometimes happens with like a wine cask maturation. And so yeah, and so the guy who headed up that that particular pick connected me with Murph over at Cedar Ridge, and that's how we got the connection. And then we put out our peated single malt from a Sauterne cask, and man, that thing just ticks boxes. I absolutely love that. Really proud of that cask. It's so good.
And full transparency, that is one of the bottles that I'm very, very interested in that's on your site at the moment. So that is definitely going to be one that I put in the cart.
Nice.
And the one sitting right next to it, the Balcones, is another one I'm probably going to put in the cart.
Yeah.
I'll say that we wanted to have Cedar Ridge in the Scotch Lovers collection too, because I think that they're a fit for it. It's like a more traditional style of single malt. We just like couldn't get the timing to work out with them, and it was also like a pretty big collection as it was, but definitely like one of our very favorites, as Germ knows well.
Mm.
Yep.
We do have them in the American Vatted Malt remix now with some of their peated malt.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I know there's always the fun things where the hypotheticals come up, and it's pick one distillery. If you had to pick one distillery that you could only have that distillery for the rest of your life, what distillery would it be? That's always a really difficult question, because it's like, I like so much different stuff, but Cedar Ridge has got to be in that conversation because they do make rye, they do make single malt, they do make bourbon, and they make good. They're good all the way through. So
yep.
That is definitely one of those top runners in that conversation.
They're the only distillery that we've done every one of our label colors in. We done a red for bourbon, green for rye, brown for American single malt, cream for, in that case, wheat whiskey, and then they've been in a couple of our blends too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're not tasting number 2 and 3 yet, just number 1, right?
Correct, just number 1.
Are we allowed to taste now? I don't want to break rules. I'm a rule follower, Jeremy.
Ooh, sample 1, yes, absolutely, yes.
Taste, okay.
Oh, you weren't tasting yet?
No, I just been nosing. Just been here nosing along, jibber jabbering.
I was just about to ask how we doing on sample 1.
You punk rock bassists are such rule followers.
Yeah. It seems contradictory to punk rock.
Okay. Yeah, blind tasting. I was so nervous when I got the invite to this. I was like, yes, I want to be a part of this because this is going to be really fun. But boy, am I bad at this stuff. I'm really bad at this stuff.
I think realistically, everybody's bad at it. I'm horrible at it. I don't get to play my game very often. So I do have one exhibition round every season where I take the winner of the previous season and I go up against them. And I lost the first time that happened it was a score of 2-3. So it's not like we really knocked down the doors or anything. Mm-hmm. And then I happened to win this past one by 1 point. So, I mean, it's not like a landslide. This is very tough for everybody. And here, Whiskey Punkard is the one that I figured ears were perked up about your band. He is digging it. So
I love that. Cheers. That's so great to hear.
Yes, Jason, I am nervous about that because if you're thinking about this for a year, I'm worried. Yes, on an age guess, Randall. On an age guess. It was a tie up until I got the age guess on one of them. Yeah, that is correct.
Is Randall the one who beat me last year? I think so.
It's a good possibility.
I think so. I think he knocked me out in the quarters.
I have to go through, because he went to the finals. So
yeah,
I have to go through previous seasons and because I made the bracket now. I finally finished the bracket, so I have the form, Now I just need to put the previous seasons in it so I can kind of see where everybody landed at.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm scared for whoever has to go up against Bartlemay next time. She's tough.
Oh my gosh.
She is tough. She is fun to have on, though.
Oh, yeah.
She was a trip.
She's just fun to be around. Period.
She is. Yeah. I couldn't imagine personally hanging out with her because just through this way was a lot of fun.
Oh boy. All right.
I love the ones where, like, if you're kind of right, you'll get a bunch of points, or if you're kind of off, you'll get 0 points for the whole thing.
And you can be totally off and still get 1 or 2 points.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, at what point do we start guessing?
When you got your guesses written down, and when you both are ready, I'll take your guesses at that time.
I'm ready when you are, Joshua.
All right.
Yeah, we started a whole Cedar Ridge conversation in the chat. Look at that.
Jerm, have you had the opportunity to go out there yet?
Yeah, I've been out there a couple times.
Cool.
The last time I was there, it was our friend group, and we did the single malt experience. Oh, nice. So we went, we had lunch, and then we did the single malt experience, where we tried all the, things out of the barrels in Murphy's office, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And then hung around for dinner, and yeah, we had a good time. We had an Airbnb in town there.
Oh, nice. That's cool. A little easier to get to for you than like Orkney or something.
Right. Yeah. And realistically, it's only 5.5 hours for me to drive there from here. So that's not too bad at all. Yes. Right. Yes, Caesar, I was.
Yeah. All right. Okay. And just to make sure, I want to make sure, I apologize, I'm asking these questions.
You're good.
I'm going all the way down, even guessing my exact distillery, exact bottle. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, jeepers creepers. Okay. I'm as ready as I'll be.
I'm ready too, and probably wildly wrong.
The chat kills me sometimes. All right. Start on the left side of my page. So Adam, we're going to start with you.
Okay. So for a generic category, I'm saying single malt. For proof, I'm going to say 92, which might be way off, but we'll see. Casking, I'm going to say used. For the specific category, I'm going to go with Irish single malt. Does that count? Is that specific enough? Okay. Specific ABV, going to hold at 92. Ex-bourbon cask. Age, I'll keep to myself. Exact distillery, I'm going to say, do I reveal that now, or is that for later?
Yes, distillery and bottle, yes.
So distillery, I'm going to say Bushmills, and exact bottle is Napoke Castle 10-year-old triple distilled.
Wow.
I say it with confidence. That does not mean it is correct at all.
That is, I love the confidence in that guess. I was wowing at the fact that the distillery and the bottle name, most people cannot associate the same on that. So, all right, Joshua, same for you. Start with generic category and let's just run down the list and what you got.
Okay. I agree. Single malt.
Okay.
I'm going to go with 50% ABV. Used cask for specific category. I'm going to say American single malt.
Oh,
For specific ABV, I'm going to stick with 50%.
Okay.
Specific casking, I'm going to say ex-bourbon. For age, I'm going to go 4 years. I believe this. What if this is a bottled and bond American single malt? I like the idea of that.
Okay.
And I seriously have no idea of the distillery and bottle. So I just put no idea.
Perfect.
Yeah.
If you want to throw a guess out there, now is the time. Just to caution to the wind, you know what I mean?
How many thousands of distilleries are there in America? I've never won a lottery ticket. Yeah, so I'm just,
I actually don't know if that's the real answer or not, but
I think it
seems legit.
Glen Plonsky Distillery. I think that's where it's distilled.
very nice.
All right, perfect. All right, go ahead, guys, and get into sample number 2.
Okay. Wow.
See, someone in the chat is talking about bonded American single malt, and I actually didn't know there was a Westward one, but I have seen one from Boulder in Colorado. Bottled and bond American single malt.
Andalusia's got one.
Okay.
I was gonna say Andalusia.
Who else has got? There's several of them.
Yeah.
I can't think off the top of my head. I don't think Virginia does. Not that they couldn't. I think they could. But I don't think they've ever labeled one bonded or bottled and bond or whatever you want to call it. I'm actually kind of surprised Stranahan's hasn't labeled one as a bottled and bond.
Right.
I can't think off the top of my head who the other ones are. I think there's like 5 of them that I know of specifically.
I don't think Cedar Ridge has done one, have they?
Not that I'm aware of.
They're old enough.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Wow. That is a strange beast.
It is.
Right. It's got the most unusual. Am I allowed to mention tasting notes?
Ooh, yes, absolutely. Tasting notes are welcome. The chat loves the tasting notes.
Okay.
And also on that same note, trying to throw off your opponent is also absolutely encouraged. So the whiskey shaman says, I need a Lost Lantern Single Cask Nation collab. I think that would be really fun.
That's a very interesting
I think
idea.
that'd be fun too.
That's a very interesting idea.
That might be your first Scotch Lost Lantern. I'm telling you, a Lost Lantern from a Daft Mill from Lost Lantern, I would die. I would die.
We just need Daft Mill to sell whiskey.
They don't sell any to anybody else.
I think.
I don't think they produce enough to even really consider putting it out there like that.
I think they may have sold a couple of casks for Scotch Malt Whiskey Society, but I could be wrong there. Aside from that, I can't think of any other indie bottler that's done one.
You would have no access to anything from Scotch Malt Whiskey Society, of course.
No, not at all. No. No. Wow, that's smoke on that is really, it's an unusual.
It's
There we
smoky,
are.
but kind of in a weird way, and I'm
Right?
trying to pin down what that is.
So when I first smelled it, it smelled like one thing, and then it became almost like soy sauce, like a tamari kind of thing going on.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, very savory.
Yeah.
Those are very unique notes. Soy sauce and tamari. Wow.
Yeah.
Umami. I like that word.
Hmm.
I think that's a great word.
Oh, that's interesting. There's a really interesting note on the back end. It's almost like a barbecue-y kind of note going on, right? Says the vegetarian.
I can't disagree with any of the notes so far. I know this whiskey pretty well.
You can barbecue vegetables,
You can actually. Yeah, you're right.
just not in Texas. It's against the law there. I see someone in the chat shouted out Delbach, and I've definitely been trying to think like it's not Delbach to me, but I'm like, is this mesquited or is this peated or in a kind of weird way? Or I don't want to give away too much of what I'm thinking, but I just did.
I thought Delbach too, but it's something. There's something different about it that doesn't really come off as a typical Delbach.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Caesar's working himself into a timeout. That's just an Iowa thing, Travis.
I'll tell you one thing, it's good. I like it.
It is good whiskey.
Yeah.
That is a good whiskey. I 100% agree with that sentiment.
When I first nosed it, I didn't know if I would like it.
Same thing.
But it's kind of one of those things where like you nose it and then you sip it, and once you go back to the nose, everything comes full circle, and then everything kind of makes sense, and it all just like it's like the dude's rug. It's just like the room has been tied together, after that sip.
I like that reference. Like the dude's rug. That's awesome.
It's like Big Lebowski all the time.
That is awesome. All right, I am on to my second pour, and it is a Balcones peated. Not the Sauternes finished peated, just peated Balcones.
That Sauterne peated is so good.
I have it right here, and I opted for the non-Sauternes tonight, but that Sauternes peated is otherworldly, realistically.
We bought one of those last time we were down in Waco. Like we met with them, kind of snuck out, made sure no one was looking, and then snuck back into the tasting room to make sure that they didn't like just give it to us because we wanted to actually buy it. But if they give it to us, then it's Lost Lantern whiskey. If we buy it, then we can bring it home and drink it.
That's how that works, huh?
There you go.
It's good to have those boundaries set,
This is really hard. I got my easy questions, but not my hard questions.
I agree, Jason. Peat and Sauternes, for whatever reason, that combo, I really don't care the distillery, but that combo is fantastic.
Yep.
Not to toot our own horn, but that's why I liked the Whiskey Del Bach Desert Dessert so much. The mesquite with Sauterne, that was really fun.
Yeah.
Yep. My favorite Kilhoman ever remains the 2016 Sauterne release. Just 5 years in Chateau de Chem Sauterne cask, and it's just like pure magic.
That sounds wonderful. I love Killoman. I have several. I don't have that one. I do have a Sauternes. I don't think it's that one.
Oh, well, I'll put that in my little care package to you then, because I have an open bottle.
Obviously, I have the. You know what? I don't have Killoman Sauternes. I have the 100% Isla and the Loch Gorm, and then the Machir Bay and the Schnag.
So there's a 2016, a 2018, and then there was one a bit more recent. It's the 2016. That's where the magic's at.
Okay, good to know.
All right, I think I'm as good as I'm going to get on this one.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
Yeah, that sounds excellent, Jason.
All right.
Randall says the Laws Whiskey House 4-grain bourbon finished in Sauternes was amazing. I can't imagine it was not, because Laws makes great whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys are both ready,
Let's do it.
as you'll be. All right, so Joshua, we're going to start with you this time.
Okay. So again, I think that this is an American single malt. And I want to say generic ABV is around 60%. It's a used cask. Specific category, American single malt.
Got it?
Specific ABV, 61.2%. Specific casking, ex-Gariana oak. Specific age, 4. And I want to say it's from Hood River. I want to say that this is a McCarthy's whiskey here. The bottle, I don't know.
I guess that would just be McCarthy's, probably.
It would just be McCarthy's.
McCarthy's. Well, okay, McCarthy's, but okay, so you don't need like the very, very specific.
You don't need
Correct.
like a batch.
Oh, okay, so there you
Yeah,
go.
no, yeah, I
Gotcha.
don't need
Okay.
batches or anything like that.
Okay, cool.
You got a distillery and a bottle there.
Cool.
For sure.
All right.
All right. Similar but different.
Okay.
One area I'm very different. I think it's single malt. I told you I'm bad at proof. I think it's 92 proof and might be way off. Used oak for the generic casking. Specific category, I agree, American single malt. Specific ABV, I'm holding at 92. I'm saying ex-bourbon. Distillery is where I really got tripped up. I was very torn between Cedar Ridge and Andalusia, but ended up landing on Cedar Ridge, and I'm saying it's the quintessential peated malt, which would be ironic because we've been talking about it a lot, but which is why I have some doubts, but that's what I'm going with.
Excellent. Good stuff all the way through, guys.
All right.
All right, go ahead. Get yourselves into sample number 3.
Okay.
Where did it go? There.
I feel like I know this whiskey just from the nose. Like I've smelled this before. Which means this is the one I'm going to get wrong on every single point.
Yeah, I have no familiarity with this whatsoever. Yeah, I feel like I get thrown off by proof partly because like we taste everything at cask strength, and we've been doing so many very, very high proof things that something that is like 110 to me does not taste all that strong. So I get a little thrown off when we're doing like 150 proof single barrels from the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, dealing with mostly Scotch whiskey, typically you don't deal with things higher than 55, 56%. So yeah, 150 proof, we're not usually swimming in those waters.
Mhm.
Yeah, you guys play with very different
yeah.
whiskeys.
Mhm.
I like that Joshua, I like that you guys bottle American stuff. But I also like the fact that I can get an American company that's bottling Scotch whiskey. I love that a lot. And I'm a an SMWS member as well.
Nice.
I have not purchased anything for a long time, but I refuse to cancel my subscription because they do drop things that are just like I can't not have that. It's one of those whiskeys that it's like you got to have it. But
Yeah, when we started, both Jason and I we're Scotch whiskey first and foremost. I didn't start drinking until my 30s.
okay.
And so
Did not know that.
yeah, I was a hardcore straight edge punk kid, growing up. And so I was against all of that. And so in my 30s, there was a guy who had some whiskey and I was interested in Scotch. Like I like the idea of Scottish history and so he poured me some Lagavulin. And I was like, "Oh, that's very cool." It ticked the boxes and so
And that's cool.
That's how I fell in love, and it wasn't through bourbon. It was through Scotch whiskey. So when we started the company, we said, let's start an American company, American independent bottling company in the Scottish tradition.
Yeah.
So that was always the goal.
I've heard that before.
And you were really the first to do that in the United States. Like we say we're the first to do it like exclusively with American whiskey, but you really, like we said before, like we couldn't be doing what we were doing if you hadn't gotten started.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'd love to say yes to that. But there was one other outfit who did it for a short period of time. Jeffrey Topping was the guy's name. He had a brand called the Wild Scotsman. And I want to say, and this was like late 90s or early 2000s, somewhere around there. And I could have my time is squishy, right? So I could have my timing wrong. But I want to say he put out maybe 3-4 bottlings that were really, really nice. Maybe he had a few more than that. And then he didn't really do much after that. I think he kind of got married and had kids and sort of moved on a little bit. But then that was it. And then we started in 2011 with Single Cask Nation. And so I think a lot of people sort of either didn't know about Wild Scotsman or forgot about him. And only think of us as the ones who started it over here, but really he was the first person to do it over here.
If your timeline is correct, even if it's off by a year or two, 2000, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, the availability for marketing was not great. As far as that, I mean, obviously you could be on the radio, you could be on TV, you could be in magazines, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But by 2011, MySpace, if Facebook was the thing, and think in 2011 already, it was easier to do very inexpensive marketing.
Yeah.
That went directly to a niche. And that may be a part of it too, because obviously single cask whiskey is kind of a niche, naturally. And if you are not targeting the correct people in the marketing, it may be a very hard business to stay, to keep going.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think his timing was probably off. We hit it just right. We hit it at a time when people were selling whiskey and people were on Facebook, people were on Twitter, and we didn't have to spend a lot of money on advertising and marketing. It's just everybody was there to have good whiskey conversations with. So Yeah, it was good timing on our part, I think.
I think so too. At 2011, I mean, that's a long time ago. Realistically, I mean, most people in the whiskey scene these days, we're talking, 2020, 2021 is kind of when they got into, I mean, that's when it blew up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even myself, I've only really been into it since late 2018, early 2019. So,
Okay.
it's not, it feels like it's a very old thing that's not that old.
Yeah. Yeah, we're celebrating we're having a bunch of like 15th anniversary things happening next year cuz next year is 15 years for us.
That's very cool.
It's kind of it's like pinch me. I can't believe we've been doing this for that long. It is kind of a funny number to think about.
Right.
It also tells me I'm getting old.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
what was the gap between you being straight edge and not drinking at all to starting a Scotch independent bottler?
That's a good question.
Things moved real fast, Adam.
2-3 days, maybe.
Basically, it went into high gear real fast.
Uh-oh.
I'm having a
looks
really hard
concerned.
time with this one.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what to make of this.
Is it good? Let's start there. Do you like it? You're not going to hurt my feelings if you don't like it.
I don't like it.
Okay. Not everything is for everybody.
Yeah.
That is a very, very true statement.
I don't particularly like it in this moment, which is why it'll be really embarrassing if it's like a Lost Lantern blend or something.
Would I
The
ever
nose
do that
isn't
to you?
matching the palate. Like the nose isn't fitting the rest of what's going on. Like I really enjoy it mid palate. I think it's doing some interesting things. I think it's perfectly quaffable as far as like palate goes.
Okay.
Is it like enjoyable? Not necessarily. Like if we're just hanging out talking and just sip along, yeah, that's totally fine. But if I'm hanging out and just wanting to like, all right, let me see what's going on here, I'd be like, okay, where's my next one?
You're not reaching for this one again.
Yeah, I wouldn't be reaching for
right.
this one. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Like I'm probably going to finish sample 1 and 2 before I go to bed, and then not necessarily this one, but we'll see.
Yeah. This is hard. This is like number 3 curveball here. It's going to be a swing and a miss, Germ.
It happens. And something else that always happens, almost 100% of the time. 2 of the samples, the guesses are very similar, which we're pretty similar so far.
Yeah.
And 1 of the samples, the guesses are totally opposite ends of the spectrum. So we'll see if that continues today.
Germ, when did we get the interstitial ad for Dick's Picks? I've been waiting for that with bated breath.
Oh, we are on season. You know what? I've been enjoying talking to you guys. I forget that I'm supposed to actually do stuff, and I actually got a direct text message, not even on any of the socials or anything, an actual text message from Zach to plug and pepper in something. So we will put the Richards ad up right now. So you get about 30 seconds to hang, and I will be back. Funny, I got to talking to you guys and enjoying your ad libs and your conversation, and forgot I actually have obligations. However, so guys, starting I believe it's tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? I got to double check. No, it is not tomorrow. It is the end of the week, Sunday, the 11th at 11 a.m., not the 11th. Okay. So Sunday this week, 11 a.m., Richards officially launches their newest dick pick. It is a Four Roses single barrel. They are priced in at $99, which is very average for the single barrel Four Roses at Cask Strength. If you have ever purchased one, I have seen them at $99, and I have seen them at as high as $130. I am a fan of Four Roses bourbon. I think it's very delicious. This recipe is the OESO, so it is not a normal pick that most people will do. Usually you'll see at least a OESK or I'm blanking on the other one. I don't think it's OESV because I think that's a standard. Jason can probably tell me more about that. Anyways, obviously, Wisconsin, we cannot ship out. Richards does not ship stuff. There is 13 people watching this right now. Obviously, I can't ship you stuff, but send me a DM and we see if we can work something out, figure out some way to get it to you if you are interested. But Sunday, 11 a.m., Four Roses single barrel dick pick. I don't think anybody should miss that if you're a fan of Four Roses. And I see Jason already wants one. So, but yes, other than that, Richards Liquors, guys, one of the best liquor stores in the state of Wisconsin. If you come to the state to do anything, please do not leave the borders without visiting Richards. It is a fantastic place. So,
And are they up in the North Country like you?
They are right in smack dab in the center of the state.
Okay.
So realistically, if you come to the state, if you're in Madison, you're about an hour and 40 minutes away. If you're in Green Bay, you're about an hour and 45 minutes away. If you're by me, you're about an hour and 45 minutes away. You know, they are literally just about anywhere you go. If you go to the Wisconsin Dells, which is a huge tourist destination, they're about 40 minutes from the Dells. But all the good distilleries are, well, not all the good distilleries, but a lot of the good distilleries are in the Madison area. So they're just south of that. Cool. Or they're just south. They're just south of Richards.
I need to get back to Wisconsin, Minnesota, because I've been to far north, as you know, but
yes,
they're like so far north in Minnesota that I flew into Fargo, North Dakota to visit them because they're like 6 hours away from Minneapolis. I need to do all the ones in the southern part of the state and then do some more in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Yeah. Adam, anytime you come to the state, you let me know. I'll tour you around.
Oh yeah, you will hear about it.
I will Uber you all over the damn state.
How far north are you?
I'm way north. So I don't. Do you know Green Bay, Wisconsin?
I do. Yeah.
Okay, so if you are looking at a map and you look at Green Bay, come halfway through the state to the west, and then go 3 hours north.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're still in America. Okay.
Yes, I am still in America.
Okay.
Because realistically, there's another to get to Canada from here is actually about 8 hours of a drive, but it's because that piece of Minnesota hangs so far over that we have to drive through that. If you were to just as the crow flies, it's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
I gotta tell you, Lake Superior freaks me out. I've only been to Painted Rocks on the Upper Peninsula, but like the sheer like 250-foot cliffs, like it's beautiful, but like I'm not screwing around with that.
Lake Superior is fantastic. Yeah, I agree. 45th Parallel and Lost Lantern need to work together. I think Tattersall and Lost Lantern need to work together, which that's the same trip right there.
Yeah. Well, I've been to 45th Parallel before, actually. I have not been to Tattersall.
Okay.
I think I'm done on number 3, or as done as I'm going to be.
Okay. Joshua, how you doing on 3?
Yeah, I'm done on 3, and I had a retaste of number 1, which is now having me second guess my guesses there, but that's another story altogether. Yep.
All right. Well, Adam, we're going to start with you on number 3, as long as you both are ready.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to say for generic category, rye whiskey. Generic ABV 90, or proof 90. Generic casking new, because rye has to be. Specific category, straight American rye whiskey. Sticking with 90. I'm guessing low proof on all these. They're probably all like way higher than that, but we'll see. New oak for the specific casking. Exact distillery, I'm guessing Journeyman and Exact bottle their Last Feather rye. In general, like it feels to me like some kind of a Midwestern rye that's like on the younger side, but we will see if I am on the wrong continent or not.
Joshua,
Okay.
let's hear what you got.
Okay. So I also guessed rye whiskey. And I guessed 43% and a new cask. Specific category, rye whiskey. I put malt, as in malted rye, or some component within there. 43% exactly. Age, or specific casking, again, new chard. Age, 18 months. And I, again, same with sample number 1. I seriously could not take a guess on the distillery. And Adam's, after hearing Adam's guess, I'm like, oof, that's a really good guess.
It's actually a really good guess. I will say that.
Good guess. So, yeah.
Okay, so are we going no guess on distillery and bottle?
Yeah, because I really would be shooting in the dark. I feel like it's a cop out, and I apologize for the cop out, but I'd be shooting in the dark. Like
no apology required.
It
is all up to you.
I would have a much better guess.
Uh-huh. I know. Okay. And then just to make sure I got this right, malted rye is where you were at for specific?
Yeah.
Next comes my favorite part, which is the humiliation of both of us in turn.
All right. So now, as usual, I do ask, do you guys have a sample of the 3 that was your favorite?
Yes.
What was your favorite of the 3, Joshua?
Number 2.
Number 2.
Yep.
I'm pretty torn between 2 and 1, so I can say 1 for variety.
All right. That means we're going to start with sample number 3. And we are going to go through the big reveal. Where is it? I really got to turn that down. That's really loud in my headphones. All right. So sample number 3. We did not get a sample that was wildly different guesses from either one of you two, or from, the two of you. This one happened to be very, very close. So sample number 3, you both said rye generically. You are both going to get a point there. It is rye generically.
Nice.
Adam, you said 90 proof. Joshua, you said 43%. You are both going to take a point there as well. You are both within the plus or minus 2.
Okay.
You both said new casking. You're both going to take a point there because it is new casking. Adam, you said straight rye. Joshua, you said malted rye, which actually is not a specific category, but malted rye does qualify into the straight rye category. So we are going to both get points on that one.
Okay.
So far through these 4 questions, we are tied at 4-4.
Pretty good for our first round.
That's pretty darn good. Yes. Adam, you said 90 proof. stayed with your generic guess. Joshua, you stayed with your generic guess at 43. However, Adam, you are going to take a point there. It is exactly 90 proof or 45%. You both still stuck with the new casking. You're both going to take a point there. It is new casking. Adam, you said Journeyman Last Feather Rye. Joshua, you did not give me a distillery or bottle guess, but it doesn't matter. There's no points there for either of you. However, Adam, you did say it tastes like a Midwestern rye, and I love the fact that you pulled that out of there because it is definitely a Midwestern rye. This is Wallersheim Round Top Rye, and this is their very base expression of rye whiskey. So, Adam, you have probably had this bottle before or something very similar.
Okay.
All right. So that after sample 3, we are at 4, 5, 6 to 5.
Okay.
Very close. All right. Then we will go back to, we'll start at sample number 1.
Which I'm pouring myself a little more of because I like it.
It was a nice whiskey.
I love that you guys both think sample number 1 is a nice whiskey. That's excellent.
And I also see why you guessed what you guessed, Adam.
And you did not. You guessed American single malt for this one, right?
I did. Yeah, going back to taste it though,
Yep.
I get that sort of like sucking on a penny kind of note that I always get in Irish whiskey, and that's why I think I'm wrong in this case, and that you are probably right in this case. So
That's very neat.
see.
Sucking on a penny.
Yeah.
Gives you that's your marker for Irish whiskey.
Mhm.
That's really neat. I gotta check that out.
If you don't have a penny, will a hey penny do?
Hey Penny, well, we're in a pinch. That's called penny pinching. Yes.
All right. Okay. Sample number 1. Adam, Joshua, you both said single malt. Neither one of you are going to take a point there. It is not a single malt.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Going down a bad road.
Pot still.
Adam, you said 92 proof. Joshua, you said 50%. Adam, you are going to take a point there. You both said used casking, so you both are going to get points there. It is used casking. Adam, you said Irish single malt. Joshua, you said American single malt. No points there. It is not a single malt. Generic category on this whiskey would be blended whiskey. Specific category on this whiskey is blended Irish whiskey.
Interesting.
This is a mix of single pot still and single grain Irish whiskey.
Okay.
I'm sorry, single malt and single grain Irish whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, you said 92 proof for specific. You stayed with your generic guess. Josh, you stayed with your generic guess of 50%. Adam, you are again going to take a point there. It is exactly 92 proof. You both said ex-bourbon for your generic cask or specific casking. It is ex-bourbon cask and ex-bourbon cask only. So you are both going to take a point there.
Okay.
And for distillery and bottle guess, Adam, you said Bushmills and the Nepal Castle 12 year, I think you said?
10.
10 year? Okay. Josh, I didn't write the age down on there. Joshua, you did not give me guesses there. Adam, you are going to get 2 points on the exact distillery. It is Bushmills.
Oh.
The bottle is not the Nepal Castle any year. It is the Bushmills Prohibition recipe, white label.
Look at that. Well done.
Bottle of Irish whiskey is like $26. And this is one of the best sub 30 bottles of Irish whiskey I've ever had. I think Bushmills as a distillery suffers greatly from low bottling proof.
Mm-hmm.
I think when they bump it up to a little bit higher, they do. Bushmills is one of the best spirits out of Ireland, period. I think they just need to bottle it just a touch higher.
Yep. Agreed.
All right. So sample number 1, 6-2 in favor of Adam on that. So after sample number 1 and sample number 3, we are at 12-7.
Oof.
It brings it down to sample number 2.
Okay.
I'm going to enjoy the shit out of this one. Adam and Joshua, you both said single malt. You are both correct. It is a single malt. So you're both taking a point there. Adam, you have been nailing the proof tonight. 92 proof, you said. Joshua, you said 60%. Joshua, you're going to take a point there. You are within the ±2. Generic casking. Adam and Joshua both, you said used casking. You are both going to get points there. It is used casking. You both said American single malts. You are both going to take points there. It is an American single malt. Adam, you stuck with your 92 proof. Joshua, you came in at a very specific 61.2%. I don't know where the hell you pulled that number from, but you landed it. It is 61.2%.
Shut up.
What the hell?
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Should have bought a lotto ticket.
Adam and Joshua, you both said, well, okay. Adam, you said ex-bourbon. Joshua, you said ex-Garyana. Garyana is the type of wood. I'm kind of assuming you meant ex-bourbon. Either way, it doesn't matter. Neither one of you are going to get points there. It is an ex-bourbon, or I'm sorry, an ex-single malt cask and a tequila cask is the finish.
Oh, wow.
So it was fully mature, or first matured in an ex-single malt cask and then finished in a tequila cask. 2.5 years in a ex-single malt cask and half a year in a tequila cask, to be exact. Distillery, Adam, you said Cedar Ridge. Joshua, you said Hood River or Clear Creek, same thing. Peated malt from Cedar Ridge for you, Adam, and McCarthy's for you, Joshua. No points there in the distillery and bottle guess. The exact distillery is Andalusia.
That was my number 2 choice. I said that. Now I think I know what it is.
The exact bottle is Lost Lantern 2025, number 2, peated ASM, finished in a tequila cask.
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
Yes. I was hoping that happened when you came on this show. I was hoping it happened. Just to say that this is incredibly difficult. Even when you make the stuff, you can't 100% get it all the time. However, what I do have to say is, Adam, your proof guesses were spot on tonight, except for that sample. I don't know. It mustn't just, the high proof must not have hit you on that one for whatever reason. Yep. Joshua, you're landing the 61.2 is incredible.
It's wild.
It blows my mind. Because that is, I mean, it's crazy.
It hit me a little bit like our Cedar Ridge is 61.4 and it had a similar impact.
Okay.
And so I just kind of went there a little bit lower. That's it. That was my reasoning.
It explains why we were both kind of having a hard time pinning down the smoke. If it's because this whiskey has Irish peated malt in it, and then it's tequila cask finished, so it's like gets a little funky.
And the first barrel was Striker, so that's wood smoked single malt.
Let me just say this one thing. Years ago, I'd gotten a bottle of Connemara, which is peated Irish single malt, and I always said that had a soy sauce-like note to it.
There you go.
And that's what I got here.
Huh.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Wow. The soy sauce note, I don't know if I have ever called that out, but I am absolutely going to be looking for that from now on. I love that. I mean, that's awesome. That's an awesome note because it's like salty and yeah, it's really a cool note. So to finalize the score, Joshua, you were down hard and you came back strong to an end of 15-12 in favor of Adam. So your sample number 2 got you some serious, sample number 2 brought you back, and sample number 3 brought you back as well. So both of you guys, excellent job. This is incredibly difficult, and you both proved that you are masters at your trade here. I think, Adam, that puts a little target on your head because you are now the season 3 points leader.
Ooh.
The up until then, 12 was the highest. So there you go, everybody. Everybody participating in the show. Adam is the new target. He is the points leader.
Oh no. So this is a pretty high scoring match. I think last year I never broke 10.
Yeah, this was 15-12 is a very high scoring match. I mean, most matches don't even add up to 12. Some do. But yeah, awesome. Okay. I mean, really, really great. Not to mention the conversation between you guys and with you guys has been incredible. I love both of you guys, what you do. I think it's fantastic. I think it's a service that needs to be continued. And I wish nothing but the best for both of your companies and to be able to thrive and move on and continue doing what you're doing. So
thank you.
Cheers. Thanks so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you got to try some of their stuff because it's amazing.
I do. It's not a question of if I'm going to or not. It is a question of when it's going to happen, which should be shortly.
But you got to keep getting Lost Lantern too, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, I know. I know.
For every 1 bottle of Single Cask Nation, get 2 bottles of Lost Lantern. That's how you do it.
If Adam ever released a release with 2 bottles, I would fall on the floor. Like, hey, this is the cheapest month I've ever seen with Lost Lantern. Yes. All right. So I am pouring a little bit of the Andalusia peated, finished in a tequila cask to send us out. But as always, guys, thank you so much for joining. Adam, you do move on to the next round, which, if it's agreeable to you, the 14th of January is the next time. So let me know on that. I know you probably don't know off the top of your head right now, but look at that and let me know.
Should be fine. Yeah.
And you will be going up against the person that beat Randall. So that's fitting.
Okay.
Because Randall took you out last season. So now you're going up against the person that took him out. And that is Joey, the whiskey drinking panda.
Oh, okay.
And Joshua, an absolute pleasure to meet you. I hope to keep in contact with you and further a relationship with you at the very least.
Likewise.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me.
Anytime. You want to come on and throw some curveballs at these people, especially Adam on the 14th. You want to do something, you let me know. I will oblige.
Okay.
And always, guys, Richard's Liquors brings you the Blind Sample Showdown. I could not continue doing this if it was not for Richard's Liquors. So please, if you can, support him. Follow him on Facebook. Follow him on YouTube. Follow him on Instagram. He does some really funny shit, actually. And for those of you in the chat, thank you so much for coming by. You make this fun, and your chat is always on a whole different level. I'm trying to catch up now. But I thank you. And guys, cheers. And until tomorrow night with FOMO Drew and his mentor, Ashley LaPurifoy, or Purifoy, actually. The LA is where he's from. Tomorrow night is Southern Bourbon Addict and Ashley. So look forward to seeing you then. Until then, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.